welcome to Talking Kid vs. Cat episode 10. I'm your host, Mr. Demon Cat, and this is a podcast about all things Kid vs. Cat animated series related. As Coop stays stuck in Bootsville with his family and learning how to practice playing with his friends, he also hasn't done other things in Bootsville. Coop was busy doing homework and also being in PE class at school. But that's not all because, oh boy, we also haven't talked about what else Coop did a lot lately in Kid vs. Cat. Coop Burtonburger also began playing sports before becoming a teenager and also before becoming an adult. Today we're going to start talking about the possibilities of Coop playing sports, from being a baby watching sports to being a grown-up boy who started playing. First, why don't we go over the Kid vs. Cat episode guide? While I go over them, you can get your food, your drinks, OMG! I found a Kid vs. Cat episode featuring Coop playing sports. This time, it's me watching the Kid vs. Cat episode, The Allergy. As we start watching the second half of the episode, Coop began learning how to play football as a young boy. Coop has been watching the most popular American football game on TV before learning how to play. As Coop starts learning how to play football even more, he also reads instructions on how to play sports safely as a kid. The requirements for Coop to play sports as a young boy: he's going to need a helmet to wear on top of his head. He also needs more safety measures: arm protections, bone protections, hand protections, something that can injury-proof him, like a college football player, inserting everything that's injury-proof, etc. Coop could also recover most of his body and his bones if he is unable to move faster than professional players. The way Coop recovers his body and his bones are by doing exercises, working out as a runner, doing some push-ups, resting his bones, etc. If you want Coop Burtonburger to make his bones stay strong, he's got to eat healthy foods and some energy drinks before I see him play sports. There's also some high-tech recovery tools and routines for Coop to heal himself even more. Hydrotherapy is where professional players aged 18 and up alternate between ice baths and hot tubs. A good night's sleep could also make Coop rest his body too, ranging from 8 hours to 10 hours, depending on how many hours Coop sleeps. Getting back to the Kid vs. Cat episode, The Allergy, Coop went outside with his dad and also began playing football with each other. Coop's dad also began wearing a spacesuit-like suit that allows him to avoid getting allergies in his nose. Thankfully, he resumed being with Coop as he also began looking at him while being in his spacesuit. Coop tries to give the football to his dad, and his dad makes the catch. His dad gives the football to his son Coop, and Coop makes the catch. They both do the same thing over and over again until they get tired. It's been like a few minutes since Coop and his dad have been playing football outside next to Oldie Munson's house. Mr. Cat also began watching them play football while being angry at them outside. This spacesuit-like costume that Coop's dad was wearing began taking a break from playing football. Coop from Kid vs. Cat also hasn't learned how to kick a field goal outside. Mr. Cat could also make Coop become dizzy if he does not kick a field goal. The football that Coop had would have caused Mr. Cat to take it away from him. As soon as Coop starts learning how to kick field goals, Coop would have also become a football kicker. Coop's dad, Bert, would have also helped his son kick successful field goals. With Coop and his dad being close to each other outside, my prediction for the Allergy episode alternate scene would be Coop's dad being the football holder and his son Coop being the football kicker. If Coop's dad wasn't in his spacesuit and did not get any allergies, he would have gone close to Coop playing football with him. As Coop, Cat, and his dad are being together, they've gone back inside the house to resume being with Billy. And that's how Coop plays football with his dad outside! Touchdown! We have a 6-point game here in Bootsville! The extra point for Coop is good! Here comes Coop's next sport to play. This time I also saw Coop and Dennis carrying their basketball. In the Kid vs. Cat episode Happy Campers, Dennis brought his basketball to camping, but he also did not learn how to play it. Moving on to what else Coop and Dennis did with their basketball, This time I also saw them bring it close to Coop's house in Bootsville, in another random Kid vs. Cat episode I also watched. OMG! What did Mr. Cat do to Coop's basketball? The question is, did Mr. Cat block Coop's layup before getting close to the backboard? Kid vs. Cat fans, I've got a question for you. What if Mike Blade also saw Mr. Cat from Kid vs. Cat block the basketball?
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup, blocked by James!
OMG, how? Mr. Cat blocked Coop's 2-pointer or 3-pointer. Mike also meant to say, oh, blocked by Mr. Cat! Mr. Cat with the rejection! In the Kid vs. Cat episode Hat Cat Tag, Philby also saw Coop attempt to play basketball with Dennis, but Coop also passed the basketball to Philby, not knowing when they will also play with him. Philby asks Coop if she wants to play, and Coop says, no, I don't want to play basketball with you, girl. I want to play with Dennis. Coop and Dennis need to figure out a way to score more points than Mr. Cat, but they also haven't practiced playing it yet. The only way for Coop to practice playing basketball is that he sure knew how to stay in elementary school longer until 2 p.m. As Coop also resumes playing basketball, why does he keep on failing to shoot 2-pointers or 3-pointers outside next to his house? Maybe practice shooting free throws, I guess? Or maybe it's because Mr. Cat rejected Coop's chances of making the basketball count by getting it into the basket. I'm not sure if he also saw Mr. Cat making Coop's basketball explode by using sharp claws to make it pop. Let's move on to Coop's other sports to play in Kid vs. Cat. This time I also began watching the episode Play and Ice. The episode begins with Mr. Cat wearing his winter jacket, carrying a big bag, and melting down some snow. A secret entry was found by Mr. Cat as he gets inside there, where fishy frisky bits are inside. Here comes Coop and his friends, getting ready to play hockey outside. As they also get dressed in winter outfits, Coop's dad also melts down some snow that was on the floor. Both Coop and Dennis have something to make the hockey player get close to the net. However, they must be very careful not to fall down or crash into the ice or cold water. What could happen when they both run on the ice? They could also become slow to get up or break the ice on the floor. Coop also started playing hockey with his friends, with Lone and Harley also being invited to play there. However, there are consequences they're facing. Breaking the rules while playing hockey could get Coop in trouble. Mr. Cat also partially interrupted Coop's hockey game by touching the ice on the floor and seeing what's below the ice. The entry to the door is untouchable, but only when the ice blocks it. A couple minutes later, Mr. Cat got close to Coop and also got to the top of the hockey net by biting the hockey net using sharp teeth. Dude, oh my goodness! What else do I see? Millie making Mr. Cat get off the hockey net, okay? She also told Cat to dance with her in the ice and snow. As Cat resumes dancing in the snow, he also sees a hockey being on the floor. An alien dancing on the floor could also interrupt Coop's hockey game, and this might also break rules too. Mr. Cat failed to push the heavy ice close to the trees while being next to Coop and Dennis. Coop's dad helped his friends take down the heavy ice by using the chainsaw to cut it down. Millie also interrupted Coop's hockey game too by sneaking into the game. Little does Coop know, he also saw his friends leave his game early before the end of regulation or third period. For example, Coop also failed to learn how to block an opponent's chances of scoring a goal. Like, why would Coop do such a thing in hockey? I just don't understand why Coop was upset. If you want Coop to play hockey again, you gotta have him be on his best behavior. We've already seen Coop play hockey once. We've also seen him play basketball once. And now, what will Coop do if he wants to play hockey again? Simple. You make Coop rest his body before going to bed at night, wait the next day, and then ask his friends if they want to play hockey again. But that didn't happen because Coop and Dennis stayed outside to resume being next to the hockey net. The Kid vs. Cat episode, Play and Ice, reminds me of Florida Panthers winning back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals in 2025. I can tell that Coop is not really playing hockey well with his friends. He might be doing poorly playing hockey on the ice outside. Meanwhile, at the end of the Play and Ice episode, Coop and Dennis got their revenge on Mr. Cat in the cold winter weather outside, partially destroying the hockey net and some ice. Wow, see what Coop did. He hasn't learned his lesson a lot lately. Nothing was going to stop Mr. Cat, except the ice that was destroyed. Coop resumes being inside the house, very warm and cozy. Speaking of Coop, why don't we go to the next sport that he plays in Kid vs. Cat? This time, I also began watching Storm Drained. The Kid vs. Cat episode Storm Drained begins with Cat having fun in the sunny weather outside, sitting down on a pool chair, wearing his orange and gold sunglasses. Little does he know, the mini rainy weather came close to Cat, but what causes it to happen? Coop and Dennis. Coop also began playing baseball with Dennis, right as I also began seeing them being in blue baseball uniforms. Dennis tries swinging the baseball bat, and he hits it on the first or second pitch. Dennis swings and misses on the first pitch. It's no balls and a strike to Dennis against Coop. Second pitch coming up for Coop. Here he comes. Dennis hits the baseball again on the second pitch. He puts it up. Where does the baseball go? It's gone. The baseball hits one of Mr. Cat's inventions that he put up. Mr. Cat found himself not controlling his own technology. Oh my goodness, he makes it rain baseballs. Dennis swings and misses again! As I also see Coop being with his dad, and his dad makes his son a healthy drink, what will Coop do next? My prediction will be Coop continuing to practice throwing pitches and also hitting baseballs before the start of the game. Coop and Dennis also met Old Woody Munson outside. Old Woody Munson tells Coop not to make his team lose. Little did they know, Mr. Cat still has his own invention that controls the baseball game, which may potentially make Coop lose the ball game. But that's not all, because Coop and Dennis also met Lone and Harley and a girl named Philly, also wearing mostly blue. There's also another invention that Cat made in the Kid vs. Cat episode Storm Drained. This time, I also saw Cat making his own evil bulldog that automatically controls Coop's destiny. There's also Henry's body being turned into blue, sitting next to his mother, and also being behind Coop's dad and Coop's sister Millie. Also, do not forget about Miss Brannigan. She's also cheering for Coop, and she's behind the same dads and sisters I saw earlier. As Coop and Dennis prepare for the Blue Bulldogs to start playing, they're going to have to think of ways to win the ball game. The Blue Bulldogs are now facing the team wearing mostly red, because of how angry the red team is. So right as the ball game started, Coop became the first Bulldogs pitcher to start pitching against the red team. Coop gets his first strike as a pitcher against the red team. Oh boy, what's going on with Mr. Cat and his inventions? Mr. Cat is getting ready to start controlling the ball game. Here comes another pitch for Coop. Like, what is Mr. Cat doing here in this ballpark? There goes the first hit that Coop allowed in the first inning today against the red team. There will never be a no-hitter for Coop today. The red team does not swing and miss again against Coop, but they also found themselves getting a hit and more hits against him. This ball game for Coop and Dennis has turned into a total nightmare. You have got to be kidding me. The red team's on the scoreboard first. It's definitely Mr. Cat who caused this ball game to become a total nightmare. As Cat continued using the remote controller to continue allowing the Blue Bulldogs to score no runs, the Blue Bulldogs also became tired of the hot weather and they were sweating and did not get a hit either. OMG, here comes more drama for Coop and Mr. Cat. Coop swings and misses, they strike out Coop swinging, and Mr. Cat's evil laughing at Coop being a bad baseball player. 1 hour later, The Bulldogs resumed struggling over and over again until this happened. Coop told his friends that they will not lose to Mr. Cat and the red team. They all started feeling happy and yelled out loud. Here comes Coop again, getting ready to swing and miss. No balls and a strike to Coop. It's now 0-2 to Coop as he swings and misses again. Wait, what did Coop Burtonburger do? He's been struggling to hit a home run until this happened. Coop hits the baseball to right center field on an 0-2 count. This ball heading back. This ball is... Oh, the center hit the baseball! It's good! It's good! Destroy Mr. Cat's invention! The Bulldogs are on the board! Coop over to center before he seen the baseball get close to Mr. Cat! Man, oh man, that feels good for Bulldogs fans. The Kid vs. Cat episode Storm Drained reminds me of Shohei Ohtani, the Los Angeles Dodgers designated hitter and pitcher. OMG, imagine Coop Burtonburger from Kid vs. Cat doing some kind of a Shohei Ohtani type style thing I saw earlier in the Storm Drained episode in 2026. Are you serious? How many runs did the Bulldogs score before the 9th inning? Over 15 runs scored so far through 8 innings. Oh, now it's Mr. Cat finding himself messing up the controls of the ballgame. Coop and Dennis get close to tagging second base. The red team cannot take them out! Cannot make the catch! And now it all comes down to this. Extra innings if Coop fails to score. Coop gets a base hit. Mr. Cat, still unable to control the ball game, brings in the beach waves, tags first plate. Red team still cannot chase Coop. Coop tags second plate, gets on the surfboard. Another error made by the red team. Coop's 90 feet away from tagging home plate to give the Bulldogs the lead. Save! Bulldogs work it off! Flashback to what Coop did in the Storm Drained episode. Coop struggles playing baseball through the first 4 innings. The Bulldogs also struggled to score 4 innings later in the 5th inning. Coop began doing so well playing baseball by hitting his first home run as a Bulldog. He also helped his friends give Bulldogs more runs to score against the red team. 4 more innings later, Coop did amazing again to help his team walk it off. The Bulldogs have completed their comeback in baseball history. 2 hours later, what did Mr. Cat from Kid vs. Cat do after the ballgame? Mr. Cat strikes out losing control of the ballgame! The Kid vs. Cat episode Storm Drain ended. And last but not least, I don't know what other sports that Coop plays except for soccer. Why don't we do Coop playing soccer? In part 1 of the Kid vs. Cat half-hour episode, Cat's the Future, the game comes down to this for Coop. The people cheered for Coop going for it to kick the go-ahead goal. Coop has the soccer in his shoe, but failed to take control of the soccer ball. He let other players win by either having Coop score the goal close to Dennis, or have other players take the soccer ball away from him and get it the other way by getting the soccer ball into Blue Bulldogs territory. The Blues soccer team trails by a point and loses it at the same time. The one team being the Blues soccer team has won the championship trophy, silencing Blue team's fans watching in person. Old Lady Munson was upset about Coop losing the soccer game. Something else that Coop saw in the Cat's the Future episode. This time I saw Coop from Kid vs. Cat being impersonated. But what did they do to do the opposite of Coop losing championship titles? Coop resets himself back to where he was in the beginning of Cats of the Future Part 1 or Part 2. This time he followed what his team's fans said out loud. Coop did the opposite of the Blues soccer team losing by getting the soccer ball into the other team's territory. He uses his legs to get the soccer ball into the net. He pushes up, tries giving the Blues soccer team the lead. He scores! It will count! Coop has has won the championship trophy with the Blue soccer team. Are you kidding me? That's good news for Blue Teams fans. Something else I also saw Coop do with the soccer ball in the show so far. I also mentioned Coop playing soccer in my Talking Kid vs. Cat podcast episode about Coop's school teachers. In the Kid vs. Cat episode, Bennett liked Burtonburger. There's a lot more things I forgot to add. Mr. Cat made his own tall chair, looking to become the king of his inventions. Both Coop and Dennis resumed doing so good, playing with soccer balls. The many inventions that Cat made are destructible. What are we talking about? Coop and Dennis resumed using soccer balls to take down Mr. Cat's small inventions or robots. Millie also saw them play with soccer balls too. Coop and Dennis resumed taking care of soccer balls at the end of this episode I watched. In the Kid vs. Cat episode, Amazing Feat of Strength, Cat suits up Coop's new soccer shoes that I've never seen before. He used technology to boost Coop's ability to score goals even more. He let Coop use them in the soccer semifinals game that Coop played to help the Blue soccer team advance to the championship game for the second year in a row. What Coop did before advancing is him using the new soccer shoes that have fast speeds to kick more goals. After scoring 5+ goals, he took them to the championship game. Coop used his new soccer shoes again to score even more goals before the half. I could tell that Coop is amazing at playing soccer with Dennis. About 30 to 50 minutes later, the other team that was inching closer to making a comeback in soccer championship trophy history, right as I saw Mr. Cat take away Coop's new soccer shoes. The game was tied before seeing the team break the tie. Coop returned to playing soccer, but fell short of winning the trophy. What Coop also did in the past before advancing to the semifinals is that Coop also played in the first 5 games of the Blue soccer team's regular season. Coop and Dennis have played on a roller coaster ride with their soccer team in Bootsville. Loss, win, loss, tie, win. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. I still don't know what other sports Coop Burtonburger plays. Well, he still did great at playing baseball and soccer. And that's the end of your ball game here in Bootsville. If you enjoyed it, you can follow my Talking Kid vs. Cat podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. We thank you for listening to episode 10 of my Talking Kid vs. Cat podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Demon Cat. I'll see you in episode 11. Goodbye.